Boom, we are in business. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Brad Rasmus here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. This is the first time in a long time I've actually done let me just go to gallery view there, that I have done one of these Keto Cartel chats in a long time. But I really wanted to get on my good mate, Kinga Hutchinson from Abu Dhabi, to get on and have a chat today about her whole experience with using drinkable ketones. But before we get into talking a bit more about her, if you have never ever heard of ketones, ketosis, the keto diet, I'll just give you a quick little sort of rundown. So essentially, let me go to a quick little image here that I can share with you, which will make it a little bit easier to understand. Bottom line is that keto, the ketogenic diet, switches your body's fuel source from carbs to fat. A lot of people pretty interested in that. And through the restriction of carbohydrates over time, your body will start burning fat, turning into what we call ketones for energy instead of glucose. And a heightened level of ketones in the body is called ketosis, where you can just feel phenomenal. It's as simple as that. There's tons of benefits that you can get from it. It just sounds too good to be true once you actually look at the whole big list of what it does. And you can do it in two ways. You can do it with the diet, or you can do it without the diet. And doing it with the diet's like, really, it's like rubbing two sticks together to create a fire. But we've got a lighter now, and you can use the lighter to do it. And it really comes down to, that's it. Pretty simple. So basically, why would someone like myself, who's been a health pro for 25 years, and or my friend Kinga here, who is also a fitness professional, want to use something like this? So just to give you a little bit of insight there, Kinga and I met living and working in Tokyo in like 2003 at Gold's Gym. And Kinga has been in the fitness industry working in group exercise instruction. She's been at Fitness First in Abu Dhabi now. She's also been a personal trainer over the years, been heavily involved in nutrition. She's a ballroom dancer and a bloody good one. You should go check out her profile photos and all that sort of stuff. No. A ripper with that. And then also she works in pretty high stress-based environments with her main career these days in event management, like working with crazy things like, when we get back to the swing of it, literally the swing of it, with regards to tennis events and also Special Olympics and things like that. So thanks for being on the call there, Kinga, and really looking forward to having you share what ketones have done for you. Like, when I reached out to you all those several years ago, what is it that got your attention about ketones, and what was your life like before you started using them?
All right, so I remember you, we connected about 2 years ago, and that was actually right in the midst of one of my big events. I was overlooking like 10 sports. I was running a massive zone for the Special Olympics. And unfortunately, also in the same year, my dad died. So I remember when you first sent me the concept, I'm naturally a curious person, but I'm also a person who likes to try things herself if I understand the concept behind it, and I did. But normally when you see something in the fitness industry which sounds kind of too good to be true, I would say 99% it is too good to be true. So very often it's either harmful, or it doesn't work, or it's mostly, it doesn't really affect you. So I wanted to try it, and I remember being obviously my normal self, I did not read the instructions because I'm a fairly impatient person. And so I actually had it sent to my mom when I was there. My mom was talking to me on the sideline, and I just kind of dumped in the whole pack. I shook it up and I drank it in 5 minutes. Later on, I found out you're supposed to start with half a pack to adapt your body to it, and drink it over like 20 to 30 minutes so your body can really absorb it. The one thing that I do remember though is that I felt within like 30-40 minutes, I felt really good. Like I felt like I didn't really care. My mood was amazing. I felt really awake, and my mom was complaining about something, but I could really feel that lift in mood. And I was thinking to myself, wow, is this, is this legal? This is cool, The other thing that was really interesting is that and that actually took a while. That I would probably say it came in like after like 2 weeks of just using it slowly, like every day. I felt like I was sleeping a lot deeper. So that was very interesting. And the other thing as well is not just, kind of help my mood, because obviously my dad just died. So I could feel that it really helped me lift how I dealt with the situation. But I also just felt like I had more energy for my classes. So the first time when I actually went fasted, I do intermittent fasting. I did bulletproof fasting about 4 times a week or 5 times a week. And with doing some research, I realized that that actually complements it, that it doesn't take me out of the fast, but gives me like an extra kind of fuel to go and do my classes. So I went to do my classes, and one of the things I noticed while I was wearing the heart rate monitor is I was doing the same release. It was RPM, so it's the same release, but my heart rate was about 8-9 beats less than normal. So you could see the zone I was in, instead of the red zone, I was in the yellow zone. And that was, for me as a health professional, actually really impressive, you know. The other thing I also realized is that when I take it and I go to Germany, where you eat a lot of crap because you want to eat it again, my weight stayed a lot more balanced. So I didn't come back with a lot of fat gain because I didn't train and ate food that I don't usually eat. So that's the main benefits for me. And I thought, this is super cool. I need to tell people, you know, because that's just me. You know, if you know me as a personal trainer, or if you know me, I'm someone who gets, if I get excited about something, I like to tell the world. And it's not always in my own benefit, because people always think must be a reason why she does it. But for me, the biggest excitement is to actually help people. My biggest excitement and motivator is if in the event industry, if I get a really cool event done and I can see it happening, or in the fitness industry, if I can see that it made a change to someone's life, you know, whether it's balancing their hormones, whether it's them actually starting to lose weight, whether it's the energy source that they're using. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Sorry, long answer.
That's pretty cool. No, that's a great answer, and I think it's so relevant for people like us, in that, like, so many people out there, especially within the health and fitness industries, are so used to looking at all this sort of stuff as being associated with huge amounts of weight loss and this and that, but that's not what attracted us to it. You know, we were looking for better energy, mental clarity. Sleep was, I didn't expect to be having like amazing sleep or anything like that after using it, and it sounds like you didn't either. But look, at the same time, I'm really glad that you shared all that, because there's a ton of people out there that can really benefit from either eating a ketogenic diet or drinking ketones to get those benefits. It's worth looking into and trying out. Hey, so what I guess, what are you the most excited about then for the future with regards to ketones and what's happening within what we're doing?
I think number one, what's really exciting for me is obviously that Europe has just opened up. Today is the 1st of June, so it's great. 2020. Not a good year in some ways, but a really good year in other ways. So Europe opening up, it makes it a lot easier to be able to talk to my friends in Germany and in Hungary and UK and so on, to actually allow them to try it out. You know, I think this is the biggest thing that lots of people they're afraid because they haven't heard about it. And this is something also I have learned in the fitness or sports industry, that some countries are literally 4 to 6 years behind. You know, if you look at a system, let's say like Body Pump, everybody does Body Pump in the UAE here. In I'm sure Australia, it's like anywhere or nowhere. In Germany, you have maybe 5 clubs. You know, so in Munich, you know, so it's like this new thing. You know, same with intermittent fasting. If you go to the US, you can buy bulletproof coffee in the store, ready made. Here, it's kind of around. Some people have caught on. Whereas if you would have talked to them 2 years ago, they would have looked at you weirdly and say, "Why are you putting fat into your coffee?" You know. And in Germany, again, last year I've seen one ad in a underground. So what I find kind of cool is to be able to be on the forefront of the conversation, to be able to educate people. And although it's harder work because they haven't heard about it and they're kind of a little bit, what is this? Is this safe? Is it healthy? But once you actually get them to try it and understand it, and education in this case is key. They need to understand, what is it? Is it something that the body produces? Yes. Is it something that actually benefits me, not just about weight loss, but in every area of my day? Yes. You know, is it something that only burns body fat? No, because you and I wouldn't be using it, right? It's something. Yeah. So, or the people who, the ones who understand it, are really excited about it and have been now starting to use it for a long time. And I know, for instance, people in the event industry, that's one of the industries that is very unhealthy. You see a lot of very overweight, kind of unhealthy people. And because we have such high pressure jobs and because it is long hours, but this gives them actually an opportunity to use a complete different fuel source that will benefit them in every part of their life, you know. And that's what I find kind of cool when you walk around on your event, you know, on your event site, and all you have to say is just take this and you'll be performing a lot better from your mind and also from your body. And then people come up to you and say, where's my white powder?
That's so true. Yeah, I remember you sending me messages about that. People just sort of, you know, either so used to just pounding coffee all the time or heaps of sugar or whatever, but they all want Kinga's special white powder. That's pretty cool. Awesome, man. No, that's perfect. Now, thank you so much for sharing that. I think that's what people basically needed to know, and I appreciate your time. And for those of you that are watching, in the comments, I'm basically going to put some information, extra information, like a short little video that'll even explain it a little bit more, that same image that you saw before. And if you guys want to reach out to, if you're a friend of Kinga or I, and you're interested in trying some ketones out, wherever it is that you live in the world. She lives in Abu Dhabi. I live in Australia. We can get the product to you. But yeah, thanks for your time, Kinga. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.